Yeah. Look at this thing. This is a $300 electric mini dirt bike, and I'm curious, how good is a $300 electric mini dirt bike from Amazon? That's what we're gonna find out today. Now this is from a company called Oryxearth. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but it really does cost $299. And they say this can top out over 20 miles per hour. And the top features of this are a powerful motor and a durable frame. And it's not only for kids, even though on Amazon, they do call this an electric kid's dirt bike. Now, before I get into all that, I wanna give you a little background on who these guys are. Well, first off, these guys aren't just on Amazon. They do have a website with customer service and all that stuff that comes along with the website. And on their site, they actually sell a bunch of stuff like gas-powered dirt bikes, ride-on toys, surfboards, trampolines, and bounce houses. Their motto is getting kids outside having fun. All right, so now it's time to see if this can really hit 20 miles per hour. In fact, actually the speed rating is 22 miles per hour. Now there's no speed modes. In fact, all you have in the handlebars is a half twist throttle and then a battery life indicator. And this is chain driven, but it does have a 1,000-watt mid-drive motor. And when you really open up that motor, you're gonna hit 7 miles per hour. Okay, so I lied. There actually is another speed mode, but it's not up here. It's right here. Can I see it? There it is. It's blurry. I'm gonna hit it. There we go. And now I'm on speed mode 2. Woo-wee! We're going now. That's 12 miles an hour. All right, so 12 miles an hour for an adult. Pretty good for a $300 mini dirt bike. Obviously, this is gonna be geared more towards kids. In fact, when these guys reached out, I said, is this for an adult, for a kid? And they're like, mostly for kids, but adults can ride it too. You just can't hit 22 miles per hour like a kid could. Too much of stuff in this area. Well, that was speed. What about power? And again, it has a 1,000-watt motor, which is actually pretty awesome when you consider that most e-bikes have a 750-watt motor. But unlike most e-bikes that weigh 75 pounds, this weighs 116. Even though it has a much powerful motor, it weighs 40 pounds more. And what that means with acceleration is that it's pretty slow. But actually pretty responsive, so I'm just gonna turn it right now, and it goes. So as soon as you hit it, power hits, release it, shuts right off. Now, the last thing I gotta talk about as far as power is torque and hill climbing ability. And with this, it's pretty much non-existent if you're an adult. Going back to the e-bikes that have a 750-watt motor, those bikes usually have around 75 newton meters of torque. This has 3.18, which means that if you're hitting anything other than just straight flats, it is very, very slow, like this trail, which is really not even a hill. So if you want to take your kid's dirt bike out for a ride, I would just make sure that you stay on flat trails. Okay, so now it's time to talk about the second top feature of this, and that is the durable frame. And first off, let's look at this frame for a second. That's a tube frame, which I think looks pretty awesome. What I want to know is how much weight that can hold. And so I looked that up. And if you would have guessed it can hold me, you would be right. Let's go! It's got a max capacity of 185 pounds. So, you know, there's a few adults out there that fit underneath that range. And for you lucky folk, this is pretty much a chick magnet, so prepare yourself if you pick one of these up. Well, with something like this, people typically have a lot of questions because it's new, they haven't seen it, and they want to know a little bit more about it. So let's talk about the 3 most commonly asked questions. And the first question is, what's the appropriate age? Right there. No one under 13. There you go, easy enough. Let's move on. Question number 2 is, how long does the battery last? Well, first off, that's a 36 volt, 12 amp hour. And for comparison, going back to the e-bike, most e-bikes have a 48 volt, 20 amp hour. So pretty big difference. Anyways, they say that after a full charge of 6 hours, they give a range rating of not in miles, but of time. And they say you have a ride time of 30 to 60 minutes. An adult is not gonna get an hour ride time on this, but your kids might. And then question number 3, is there any assembly required? And there is. So first thing is you do have to put on this front fork, and then the handlebars, then the fender, the tire, the light, and the backrest. I did a short on that. If you want more information, you can go ahead and watch that, and then share, like, subscribe, and comment the crap out of it. Okay, actually, the assembly is really not that bad. Pretty straightforward, and the instructions are easy to follow. The whole process from taking it out of the box, taking all the papers and wrapping off, and putting it together was about 40 minutes. Let's go, come on. All right, well, since they call this a electric kid's dirt bike, I was gonna take it off-road, show you off the pretty cool tires this thing has. Those are 14.5 by 7-inch wide tires, and they are beefy and gnarly, and they're also tubeless. But I don't think this is gonna have the power to take me off-road. I'm gonna forbear that test. And instead, jump to some things that I haven't talked about yet. And the first one are the rear brakes. Woo! Glad I have some good old disc brakes in that rear tire, or else I would have just went flying down the road. Shortest skid mark ever. Anyways, brake lever is on the left side, nothing on the right, just one brake right there in the rear, and that's pretty much it. But let me walk around and show you a few other things. And the first one is, this is key ignition, off, on, and you can bend that key down so it doesn't break off. And they give you 2 keys. Also got foot pegs that are spring loaded. Got a fender in the front, a headlight that you do have to turn on manually. So it is USB chargeable. There's the on switch. There we go. There's our headlight, which looks pretty cool. I love the 8 hanger handlebars. Those are the type of handlebars you got to put on something like this. And they just attach with 4 bolts. So you can bring those back a little bit, push them out depending on your rider. You got a backrest, which is padded. The main seat is also padded. Then you got saddlebags, which are pretty awesome. $300 vehicle with saddlebags. Velcro shut, unzip it. See, I got my drone and it's actually big enough to put a helmet. And again, you got the same size on this side. In the back, there's another fender. And I like the design of that. That's pretty cool. It's got a 3-month warranty. And then you also have a bunch of stickers. You got 4 different designs. There is a piece that I didn't add that you're supposed to behind the headlights that you can put a sticker on, but I put the headlight on and I was just feeling lazy and didn't want to take it off and put that piece on. All right, before I end the review, I want to talk about a thing that I don't typically talk about in reviews, and that is the overall sentiment of people who have bought this bike and their feelings about it. Most people said that they like how easy the controllers are, especially for their children who can be inexperienced riders. Let's go! They also like the durable frame. And then the last thing was that they liked this product over the competitors because this has a faster speed and it can hold more weight. Well, that wraps up the review, guys. If you want to check this out, I got the link in the description. As always, I appreciate you guys hopping on here and checking out my content, and I'll see you on the next one.